please be seated? Mr. Secretary, kindly please do the roll call.
Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the 1st District Councilors, Honorable Agapito Heriberto G. Swan, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo, Honorable George is Goking, Honorable Jose Pep S. Abu Jr., Honorable Malvern A. Esparcia on official business. For the 2nd District Councilors, Honorable Ivona Yasini B. Imano, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Jolene Mercedes El Balaba, Honorable James K. Judith II, Honorable Ian Mark Yunakaya, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas, Honorable Christian Rostico M. Achas, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba. For the 2nd District, for the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam S. Lim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael Alceno, City SK Federation President. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum is hereby certified. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, our visitors, our media friends, Cagayanons, fellow Cagayanons, councilors, good afternoon. Before we proceed, let us sing a birthday song to Councilor Alam Lim, to be led by Councilor Lourdes Gaani. Please rise.
May I request everybody, may kapon ka natin tanan, may I request everybody to please stand and please, kanta ta kang para kang Councilor Alam Lim, wala, di mo makakauglet yun unya. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Ready, sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Faster!
Faster na.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Councilor Alam Lim.
Okay, happy birthday. Thank you, Councilor Gaani. Majority Floor Leader, Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez. And good afternoon to our colleagues. Happy birthday, Councilor Yan Lamlim. And our greetings to our friends from the media, fellow Cagayanons, maayong hapon. I move, Madam Presiding Officer, to dispense the reading of the minutes of meeting on November 21, 2022, and to consider the furnishing of its copy to every member as the reading itself.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Likewise, for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
We have 4 members, Madam Presiding Officer, would like to render their special reports and or just point of information. First is Councilor Christian Rustico M. Achas as regards his observations on certain fraudulent practice of several public market vendors in using defective weighing scales. Second is Councilor Jose Pepe S. Abo, who would like to render a report on the judicial fine for traffic violations. Third is Councilor John Michael Seno as regards his proposal to have a paperless transactions and whatever considerations by the council. Fourth is just point of information that Councilor Maria Lourdes Gaani would like to inform the City Council, Madam Presiding Officer. So, Councilors Achas, Abo, Seno, and Gaani.
Okay, Councilor Ayan Achas, you are recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, to my members of the City Council, to the friends of media, people of Cagayan de Oro. Madam Chair, I would like to render a special report regarding the defects of the wing scale in the public market. I received an information complaint from in the messenger, Madam Chair, regarding sa usa ka mamalitay nga pagsulod niya sa merkado sa puerto, palit siya og 1 kilo nga chicken breast chicken, ang timbang is only 700 grams. So nabawan niya kay iyang gitimbang sa lain nga timbangan. So iyang giuli ang iyang gibaligya kay kulang og timbang. And the other day, yesterday, Sunday, namalingki ko, I roam in the market, na-observe gyapon ako maskin sa mga isda. Ang uban, kulang gihapon ang timbang. Then, Madam Chair, Christmas season is fast approaching. So I think it's time, Madam Chair, to conduct regular inspection in this period para ma-check na to kung dili ba defective ang atong mga weighing scale sa atong kamerkaduhan. That's why I render this report, Madam Chair, para mahatagan og dako pod nga attention sa atong council. So, this is a very short, Madam Chair. That would be all. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Ayan Atchas. Please, Councilor Ayan Nakaya.
May we ask the presiding officer to direct our secretary to transcribe the report and be forwarded to the task force calibration,
Okay.
which is under the office of the city treasurer.
Okay. Mr. Secretary, please forward this information to the task force, City Treasurer's Office. So, any comment? Any more comment? Sa timbangan? There should be a strict implementation to that para yun uniforme. Magdala kag kilo, Councilor J, timbangan. But there should be a random check of this timbangan, no? In fairness sa mamamalitay, no? So, any more comment? None? Okay. So, our next, that is a very good report, Councilor Ayan Atchas. So, the next reporter is Councilor Attorney Joey Abu. Please, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Sa atong halangdon nga presiding officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, sa akong mga kauban sa 20th City Council, mga higala na to sa prensa, mga bisita o mga galantaw sa tuas sa social media, dawata akong mainiton nga pagbati sa isa ka maayong hapon. Merry Christmas! Advance kayo. Kining akong special report, nagalangkob kalabot sa atong ginapataw nga multa sa traffic code sa Dakbayan for traffic violators in relation to Presidential Decree number 969 as amended by Republic Act number 10707 nga ginatawag nato nga probation law. Unsa man kining probation law? Matud pa sa Korte Suprema, ang probation isa ka espesyal nga pribilehiyo nga ginahatag sa atong gobyerno ngadto sa mga mahinulsolon nga nakalapas sa atong balaod. It is a special privilege granted by the state to a penitent qualified offender. Kung ang isa ka tao mag-avail sa probation o qualified siya nga mag-avail, instead nga iyang pagaserbisyuhan ang iyang sentensya sa bilangguan, mamahimo siyang magpabilin nga makabuhi gawas sa prisuhan, provided nga iyang sundon ang mga kondisyon nga ihatag sa Parole and Probation Office. And once iyang makomply na ang period of probation, ang effect ni ana, mawala og magpabiling ang iyang record nga limpyo, nga mura siya wala nakalapas or nakasala sa balaod. And mind you, that this privilege can only be availed once by any offender. In other words, kas-ara ni siya pwede magamit nga pribilehiyo. Kay kas-ara man ni nga pribilehiyo magamit sa isa ka tawo o ginahatag sa atong gobyerno, dili tanan tao ang pwede maka-avail ni ini o mauning gitataw sa atong balaod ang mga grounds nga makapa-disqualify sa isa ka nakalapas sa balaod. O ang isa ni ana sa inyong makita sa inyong atubangan under Section 2 as amended by Republic Act 10707. Section 2, Section 9 o PD 969, Paragraph C. Those who have previously been convicted by a final judgment of an offense punished by imprisonment of more than 6 months and 1 day and or a fine of more than 1,000 pesos. So kung mahulog ka ani nga mga instances, you cannot anymore avail the privilege of probation. Sa atong traffic code, kung ang isa ka motorista nakasupak sa atong balaod trapiko, pwede siyang pagamultahan administratively sa kantidad nga 1,500, 3,000 o 5,000. Apan kung dili ni mabayran nga maong multa sulod sa 72 hours sa inyong makita sa Section 209 sa atong traffic code, kining iyang traffic violation isaka ni siya sa korte i-file. O kasagara, sa akong eksperyensya, kung pag-abot sa kaso sa korte, dili na ni siya i-hearing. Kasagara gyud, most of the time, ang buhaton na lang is pagabayran ang multa nga ginabutang sa ato ang traffic code nga 3,000. Mo na pirmi ang ginapataw sa korte. So hatulan siya sa korte og judgment nga fine of 3,000. Now, kung karon kay kung dili man nato matag-an ang kapalaran sa isa ka tawo, kung manggani makalapas siya subli sa atong balaod, dili na siya mamahimong maka-avail sa privilege of probation. Kay naaman siya previous nga judgment sa iyang traffic violation sa pagbayad sa kantidad nga 3,000. The offender will now lose the chance and opportunity to avail the privilege of probation because of his or her prior conviction with a penalty of more than 3,000 or kung sa kanang sa Section 9 sa probation law, more than 1,000. Now, I have this experience as well. Na ako'y kliyente na nasa traffic violation. Of course, we settled to pay the fine of 3,000. However, naman sa kaso subli, which is under the jurisdiction of the municipal trial courts in cities. Pwede naman gid may unta mag-probation. But since there is a prior judgment from the court na nasa traffic violation, nanikamot na lang gid taon may nga mo settle. Pero ano gun? That this privilege cannot be availed anymore just because for a violation of traffic code. Now, to this, I humbly ask and seek the support of my colleagues in the City Council for us to pass a resolution urging the Philippine Congress through our district representatives to pass a law amending Section 9, Paragraph C of Presidential Decree 969, otherwise known as the Probation Law, and increase the amount of fine which makes an offender disqualified to avail the privilege of probation from more than 1,000 himuon siya to more than 5,000. Para miski man og naay hatol gikan sa korte nga iyang pagabayaran nga fine nga 3,000, dili gihapon siya mamahimong disqualified to avail the privilege of probation. So, ang kini dili lang ang mga katawhan diri sa atong dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro ang maka-benepisyo niani. Gani bisig sa laing dapit sa nasod, maka-benepisyo ani kung man gani kini nga provision sa maong balaod sa probation maimindaran. O mamahimog yabong kini maka-avail sa maong probation, hilabi na kung iyang nasupakan nga balaod kalabot lang sa balaod trapiko. Once again, a pleasant afternoon to everyone and thank you very much.
Councilor Attorney Joy Abo, Let me, if I may know, is this also has to do with the penalties on traffic violations, especially on condonation? Are the cases still brought up to court in spite of this condonation?
That is one of the questions I raised during that time, Madam Chair. How do we treat those
Yeah.
offenders? Traffic offenders nga ang ilahang violation nasaka na sa korte. I believe so, Madam Chair, na since the court has already acquired jurisdiction over the case, then it is within the discretion of the court whether to dismiss the case or allow them to just pay the fine of 3,000 or if they owe, proceed to trial.
Okay, so we can't do anything about it once it's brought up to court.
Yes.
Actually, this is not only a case of one person, but this involves several persons who can avail of this condonation. Is there any other way that we can help, no? Kay dili man good fair sa ila nga nasaka dito, and then we were able to katong uban, they were what you call given this condonation, and there these others who are already in court, wala gid tay mahimo ana to help them, no, especially with the program of the mayor for now. Thank you. Majority Floor Leader, yes, Councilor Ayan Martacaya.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. To my mind, it can be used by the legal counsel of the respondent violator to submit it to the court, the ordinance of the city council, which pardon or condoned the violations that these traffic violators have committed. So, I guess perhaps the presiding judge would consider. That's another issue that will be
Yeah.
resolved in the court when it is brought. But to the understanding, it should be taken in the light of the wisdom of the city council, which has given a pardon per
Yes.
se in acting the ordinance, Madam Presiding Officer. So it can be utilized as
But
a defense.
I'm sorry, but resolution can be used or not?
It's not,
Not-
necessary because we
Not just
already
because
have
we
the
already
ordinance.
approved the
Yes.
condonation.
Diskarte
okay.
na sa abogado.
Okay. And the court, per
Yes.
se,
Yeah.
na gahandle anak nga cases.
Oo.
Okay. But then that can be the ground for their dismissal of the case, right?
Yes, if the judge will find wisdom on the ordinance that the council have provided cloth to those who have violated, I guess the judge will take cognizance of the condonation.
Yeah. Okay, it's now discretion of the court. So, you want to add that? Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bibot Rodriguez, my colleagues in the City Council, and all our friends who are watching us this afternoon. Good afternoon. Gwapo ning propose ni Councilor Joy Abu, no? Kay kinahanglan na sa mga balaod nun, criminal, civil, or sa atong rules of court, kinahanglan na sa di ma-go over, ma-review kay kaniging provision law of 1976, no? 1976 pa ni ang PD 90, Presidential Decree 968. So, na ay mga sections or provision ning no longer applicable and it's already overtaken by time, especially karong panahon na, no? Kay one of the objective, ang ako lang sang kakuyawan ni, ang it will contravene to the objective of the provision law. Kay ang one of the objective of this law, the major goals of the government is to establish more enlightened and human correctional system that will promote the reformation of offenders and thereby reduce the incidence of recidivism. Na ay daghan kay nato karon mga drivers, no, nangadakpan na ay mga warrant kay sobrang nas napulo ang ilang warrant of arrest kay dili makabayad sa makabayad sa multa. So that's one of the reason nga pero sige lang nga pog balik-balik bisag muna akong kakuyawan sa basin o kabusahan sa ni sa atong mga ubang driver, no? Kay gamay naman kayong kwan. Barato na kayo ang fine, ang penalty. So that is one of the my anticipation, no, nga it might be abused. Now, okay sa ning ma-reduce sa kinisya kay balo ka kung ang tao ma-priso, dako kayong gasto sa gobyerno. Imagine, the BGNP are being waged by the government, magbantay lang, naapay reformation program. So, gilik kaya mo nga, ilikay nga, kung may mo digin mapriso ang tao, mapriso ka, madikongest itong priso kay, gasto man sa gobyerno. It's one of the essence of this law. So, nga ang Congress sila ning go over sab kay para sab nga matagaan sa bug pabor kining atong labi na sa hangyo ni Councilor Jupips Abu.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday. Yes, Councilor Attorney Joey Abu, please.
Thank you again, Madam Chair. Just to add up, ang kining sa atong traffic code regarding aning mga recidivism, nakabutang din na is that if kini nga traffic violator or offender, kabalik-balik na siya nga sige siya ka-violate sa traffic code nato, the only power we have sa LGU is to recommend to the Land Transportation Office for the cancellation of the driver's license. So ang kini lang pod, ang tumong lang pod ngano siyang ikuan sama sa giingon ni Councilor Roger Abaday nga it's more on reformatory mangguni siya ang probation on that. That's why it is defined by the Supreme Court as a special privilege to penitent nga mga offenders. So, instead na nga, kay 3 mil man ang ato ang penalty sa court, kung masaka siya sa korte, ang niya sa balaod ng ingon is, ma-disqualify ka if you are being imposed with a fine of more than 1,000. So, dili na siya ka-avail aning probation, anugon gayo. So, if the law would increase the fine to be imposed, nga dili siya ma-disqualify for probation, to more than 5,000, which is the maximum penalty that the local government units can impose. So, dili mawala gyapon nga privilege ang probation sa mga tao gyapon nga pwede mo avail.
Okay. Thank you, Councilor Attorney Joey Abu. Yes, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, members of the City Council, our media friends, guests. Maayong hapon. We've been practicing lawyers with Joey Abu and also the other lawyers here. And as experience, this is the clamor or the observation of lawyers and judges nga wala matagaib kayo sa atensyon sa atong lokal nga panggobyerno. If you examine the traffic code and how it is being implemented, when there is failure of paying the administrative fine, you go to court. And when the court issues the decision that you have to pay the fine and the offender pays the fine, it becomes a criminal record. So you have now a criminal record in the records of the NBI. So if you want to go to the NBI, then you have that criminal records. So it would affect your probability of being employed for a mere illegal parking or whatever. Kining traffic violation. So, I agree with Councilor Abu that there is that amendment in the provision law that could be asked from Congress. But I think there is an easier way. There is a faster way to do that. we amend our ordinance, our traffic ordinance, and put that as part of the ordinance, the provision that all fines to be implemented or imposed by the courts should be considered as administrative fine. By that, I do not know, that's why I think there should be a review on this, and we will ask the opinion of. By considering the fines paid by the offender upon the imposition of the court becomes an administrative fine, then there is no need for us to, kaya wala may criminal conviction, kaya wala may fine nga nabayan, imposition man sa fine sa, na-reduce ang criminal case into an administrative proceedings. So muna nga, I talk with some judges there in the city court. Sigar, tanaw rin na ninyo, kanang pwede matingali nga, kaya luibig kayo ni mga drivers nga gamay ang imposition niya tungod lang sa traffic violation na doon na sila criminal record. So abroad sila, maglisod sila. So, kaya kung ato pa ng atos kongreso murag langan-langan mo. Joey, I think we can
Review.
we can meet on this with the committees on the Committee on Laws and Rules so that we can study this. Nga atong usabon lang katingali ang atong ordinansa. O atong tanawon kung pwede baka nga dili na nato i-consider as a criminal imposition but an administrative fine, the imposition made by the court. That is all, Madam.
Thank you very much, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes, Councilor Attorney Joey, is that a possibility that we will refer to the Committee on Laws and Rules?
Yes, also, I think that's also a possibility, Madam Chair. But let me just make a comment, Sir Ed, about it. Sa ato ang traffic code, manggod, if we can, the better. Okay, mas dali siya. No? Dali siya. But, I don't know, sir, kung if we try to change the nature of the cases filed in court, kay kanang traffic violation nato, it's a felony, precisely why the courts would issue warrant of arrest kung dili kabayad ang katong traffic violators, because it is criminal in nature. So kung atong i-change ang nature of imposition sa ang proceedings as administrative, basin walay jurisdiction pud ang court to hear those cases.
This is a national law.
Yes, that's a national law. Although it would take time, yes. But if we can, why not? At the same time, Madam Chair, probably we can just, issue this resolution, and at the same time, study as well what possible amendments can we make in our own traffic code.
Okay. So that's good. Okay, thank you, Councilor Attorney Joy Abu. Yes, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Yes, we cannot abandon the original proposal of Councilor Abo. I just introduced this idea because I think this was discussed with judges in the city court, and in the proceedings of the city court, it's very fast. Bayad ka lang dito. Kamahin ka lang, bayad ka. So, issue din ang court sa decision. Nga, mura o kwan, mura plead guilty. But if you can stop the proceedings at that point and have an amicable settlement between the offender and the government, then babayad ka man ka, di bayaran nila ni, bayad ka to City Hall. Pag makita ng resibo, i-dismiss din sa court. So, it could be, I don't know, but let us follow first the suggestion of Councilor Rabo. Kay, it's good. Kay para nga mahimong model ang City of Cagayan de Oro by other cities later on. Nga muna ang atong angay buhaton. So, but sa akong proposal, ato itong isabit sa Committee on Laws and Rules for legal atong tanawon. Atong,
Thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Yes? So let us, Councilor Attorney James Judith. Please.
Sa atong halangdong Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, sa atong mga tinahod mga kauban sa konseho, atong pinanggang katawhan sa dakbayan, gingsakpan sa prensa sa inyong tanan maupay. Kini lang bali ang akong bot kaning niuyon ko sa katong sugyot bali or komento ni Majority Floor Leader Ayan Mark Nakaya. O sa kinatibukan ang but pasabot ang intensyon bali ni Councilor Abo, pero nakita nako sa pag-uyo nato, pagdason nato sa resolution, ang problema kano sa baka matubag. Nya saktong butong gingon ni Councilor Cabanlas nga naagyod ang clamor, ang ugong bali sa katawhan kabahin ani nga problema nga nakita ni Councilor Abo. Ani lang pod, kamulo pwede man ta nga magpagula og resolution taliwala sa tong gingon ni Majority Floor Leader Ayan Nakaya. Ang ato lang inani, kamulo ta pag kung naa manggalit tay idason nga resolution, ang ako lang pod para pod nga madugang bali og kanang ang kabugaton sa sugyot ni Councilor Abo kanina lang naapod unta tay declaratory relief nga i-file kay di man unta pwede nga ato nam giunahan na nato ang problema nga wala pa gid ta ingon nga naay test case nga moy hinungdan gigamit din to ang problema nga nabungat ni Councilor Abo. So ang ako inani kung naa magalitay nakita pwede ba siguro ta nga declaratory relief kay nakita kabaluman sa si Councilor Abo, si Councilor Cabanlas nga dili man ta pwede nga magbungat og sa kabutang ay ato na to sa korte kung wala pa balit tay ingon nga kaning problema. Kung naa man galing kabahin sa interpretasyon nato sa usa ka balaod, mao nang gitawag nato declaratory relief. So nga ako lang tabang lang pod sa katong kung kinahanglan gyud nato ang usa ka resolution kanang usa ka resolution kining uyon kita sa pagdason sa maong resolution apan nangako lang para dugang lang pod gravitas matud pa mao nga kining naapod ta untay declaratory relief kung naay kaso si Councilor Abo nga yang gingon nga nakuno si clinting inana then pwede ta nga magpasaka og declaratory relief siya mismo magpasaka para madugangan bali ang katong gingon nato nga resolusyon ang katong yang gingon nga masulbad unta ni nato kay kung sa kongreso nga ato nay resolution nga ipaagi nato sa kongreso magulat ta kung kanusa pagitaon na nila nga matagaan og aksyon. So kada lang ang ako lang is dugang lang sa katong gingon ni Councilor Abo nga naunta tay declaratory relief o katupang gingon ni Councilor Cabanlas iagi sa laws and rules. Dini lang.
Okay,
Salamat.
thank you,
Asdam.
Councilor Attorney James Judith. For now, we will just refer to the Committee on Laws and Rules and of course, the resolution of the two congressmen, no, for Congress. But then for now, let us review the if there's any amendment or just study the what you call this, the traffic code so that from there we will go from there, but then while waiting we can still have this resolution para nalan sa tayo mapaabot just in case. Okay, wala ko kasabutan ng declarative sa man.
Kay kinahanglan gid nga i-refer gid nato sa Committee on Laws and Rules kay ngano napo koy sugyot manunta nga dito ipadala sa Kongreso Majority Floor Leader nga ang gahong manggod sa ato bali kung maghimo manggod ta kung magpataw ta og kanang silot or multa sa ato baling ordinansa taman na ta og 5,000 kung ako masayo Majority Floor Leader 5,000 unya 5,000 ra dayon 5,000 nga 6 months dayon ang pinakataas nga kining pagkabilanggo. So mo lang akong klarohon. So 1 year unya dayon 5,000 ang pinakataas nga multa. So nagpadala nako og kaning sulat bali sa Kongreso pinaagi ni Congressman Rufus Rodriguez o magpadala pod ko ni Congressman Lourdes Swan nga kung may mo taas-taasan palaparon bali ang atong gahom kay di ra man ta kutob. So katong naay himplo lang daan katong kang konsehal na kaya katong kabahin sa mga mag-inom bali sa tulay or pa kani mga publiko nga mga lugar dili na sa haom sa karon nga panahon gani katawan na ta sa multa nga atong ipataw gikan 500 ang pinakadako 1,500. So panahon na pod siguro nga ato na ning sugdan mo bitong i-refer nato sa laws and rules kay para ma-appeal pod to Madam Chair ang ato atong sugyot nga palaparon ng atong gahom.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Attorney James Judith. So, refer to the laws and rules resolution to the congressman. From there, then you discuss sa level sa committee sa laws and rules. Okay? So, the next, Councilor Romeo Calizo, you recognize? No, nagkuhan pa siya. Napa siya comment.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and good afternoon to all. The very purpose of penalties and the very purpose of the provisions of law is to instill discipline. Really, the law is harsh, but because we want to instill discipline to our constituents and the public, sigurado gayud nga ang mga penalties di gayud ganahan sa mga offenders. But that is the law. And the purpose of which is to instill really discipline, Madam Chair. That's why ang atong RTA, once they enforce, dagagyud di ganahan. Kay it's natural for humans nga og mula pa sila sa balaod, unya disiplinahon, murag masakitan man gyud. That's why my point, Madam Chair, is that kini manggod ni kanang sa kadaghanan natong mga terminologies nga gigamit, basig unya ang atong enforcement personnel, RTA and the police, will become confused in the enforcement. Di na sila kasabot sa ilang buhaton. So I suggest, Madam Chair, that while we recommend an amendment in the National, in the Congress, and as we brainstorm in the Committee on Laws and Rules, let us simplify one that should be understood by our enforcement personnel and one that be understood by the public, Madam Chair. Kaya samtang sigitag namatay lain-lain gud nga interpretasyon sa kada provision sa atong balaod, and that now cause of course, the offender will always interpret the law to his advantage. Kaya di man sa ganahan gud nga manubag og naa sa paglapas, Madam Chair. That's why, again, I strongly suggest that once we effect amendments, one that should be simple, one that should be easily understood both by the enforcement personnel and the public. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Romeo Calizo. Any more comment? Okay, thank you. Let's proceed. The next, is that yung sunod? Okay, Councilor Michael Seno, you're recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer, Honorable Jocelyn Bebot Bautista Rodriguez.
Kompleto na siya.
Of course, to the members of the 20th City Council, friends from the media, fellow Cagayanons, may hapon ka natong tanan. Ubo lang niya akong special report, Madam Presiding Officer. Ubo ra gyud. But this talks about the kana bang to adapt with the current situation. Kay sabtan ko, Madam Presiding Officer, as I observe in my office, kining atong agenda nga akong gigunitan karon medyo daghan na gyud kay ni. And I think we can do it, no? Kay akong gakasabtan, more or less 100 pages each councilor, plus the plastic.
Okay. Get it.
How many are we? 19. Imagine the papers that was being used every Monday for one session. The cost of the government and the impact to our environment and the trees that being cut nga kas-ara nato gamiton. I hope that this 20th City Council, with your leadership, with the members of the 20th City Council, we could have I think our agenda would be on Gmail already, so that I think in every office we have an allocation for laptops, for computers. Maybe we could bring that one here, and then scroll na lang ta sa atuang mga agenda.
Yes.
And also, as an example also to our barangay, and even in the entire bureaucracy. In fact, ang ato ang pagagamanan sa dakbayan, na may ginatawag nila karon og DDS, ang mga invitations na anatanan sa internet, no? Automatic na og medyo paspas sa tagamay, Madam Presiding Officer. And I hope that in the year 2023, dili na ta mag-imprinta og ato ang agenda, Madam Presiding Officer. Tanan nato nga agenda, it will be on Gmail na isend. No? So naa magyapoy gisend, di na nato imprinta, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay.
And to pass a resolution also to all 80 barangays in the city of Cagayan de Oro to do the same. Urging them to do the same nga kung mahimo makaya ma-paperless na pod ang ilahang pag-meetings kay sa barangay sabtan ako daghan pug kaayo naghihapon silang mga papel. Imagine pila ang ma-save sa gobyerno. And sa akong gisulti, money and environment nato ang gakapektahanan kay. I hope that's my only prayer, Madam Presiding Officer. One, to adopt here in the City Council by year 2023, paperless. And two, to urge our barangays na kung mahimo mag-paperless transaction ta. Maayong hapon, Madam Presiding Officer.
Thank you very much, Councilor Michael Seno. That's a very good report, ha? Very good observation. Pero sultian ta mo ang ako, butang na nako sa box, and then wala na. Unless I try to retrieve. I do not do with you because makatuon na pug ko magdalag laptop. Di ba? So, any comment? Yes, Councilor J. Pascual?
Maayong hapon, Madam Chair, to my fellow colleagues. Actually, Madam Chair, nag-practice ko ani last year, I think nga wala ko nagpa-deliver sa balay og akong agenda. Then tanan nang akong agenda gipa-send lang nako sa email, then sa iPad na din ako gabasahon, Madam Chair.
Yes.
So I think that was going on for 1 year. Uptown ba yan? Grabe sana. But nag-practice ko ana, Madam Chair, and I don't know kung okay ba sa kuan, pero I think murag naka-lesson ko sa hassle na ihatod pa sa balay.
Correct.
Then nakakuan pa. Yeah, I would agree with Councilor Seno.
Yes, that is true because you know why? Kanang burden sa ga-deliver and then they stay up late in the afternoon tungod mag-print pa ani nga mga atong agenda. So this will lessen the workload, lessen the delivery, no? Lessen paper, nga environment friendly ta. Ha? Production cost. So, then I will learn how to do my laptop. I do not know how to do the laptop. So, everybody will be, what you call it, digital literate. No?
Madam Chair, I suggest na sa kanabitang budget nato nanagid laptop or iPad nga.
Nanamay nag-request.
Nimo iPad, Madam Chair.
Wait, nanamay nag-request.
Para dili namin magpa-print.
Diba? Wala pa ba day ka? Yes, Councilor Roger Abaday.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Chair. This is not a statement of an old school, but I adapt with the new technology that I think this already proposed in the past, no? But, Madam Chair, one of the disadvantage of this is, remember that this, our agenda, this is our book of records, our reference in the future, no? And at the time that we will need this one. No? Now, remember that all data from the our laptop and our cell phone, no? There is a duration. So I think 1 month or how many days, ma-erase na siya. It will be erased. So, at the time that we need some references, kung wala tayo hard copy, then we have a hard time to trace or go over with those records that we have discussed. Remember, we have 3 years to have, so this is one of the disadvantage.
Anyway, old school pa man siya, pariharami. Somehow, sige, I'll listen to another old school, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Ako, approve ko ana nga ako, tigulang naman ko, pero magtuon ta.
Correct,
Sa
correct.
We have,
Yes.
the old should adapt with the new. Not
Correct.
that the new will adapt with to the
Correct.
old. So, pero akong suggestion para di po magmay si Kagawad Roger, kung gusto siya, katulad si Papi yung gusto, tagana to siya. Siya ra.
Bitaw.
Okay.
Those who wanted still the,
Oh, gusto
the
niya-
hard copy.
He wants people sometimes likes to read books.
Yeah.
Our vice mayor is a book lover. Now, kaya uban, mo palit og libro.
Correct.
Ang uban mo basa din sa kanang electronic book, e-books.
E-book.
Ako ganang namay akong sa balay ni akong electronic pero mas ganahay ko basa datong
Libro, hard
libro
hard-
gid nga
hard
imo
copy.
na naon ba. You feel the pages, the paper. The prince mo kuna. But I think in this proceeding every week kita na ay atong dako gigasto na to. So we have to adapt kinsa atong gusto, sulti lang ng torch para ma-deliveran sa nanang papel. Pero katong dili na para patsada pud tanawon nga pulos na lang tadi ni laptop.
Correct. Lugar-lugar, kay balo lugar ka.
Ikaw ra way laptop, kira.
Lugar, Councilor Edgar, kabalo ba di ka mo laptop?
Kabalo ko eh.
Ako ready di ka ba? Ha? Anyway, yes. Those who wanted to have this hard copy, let us give him also the hard copy. Kaya basig mo igi ang gusto, yung naanda, no? So, when are we going to start? Next 2 years, ha? Next year? Yes, Councilor Michael Seno.
Para Good afternoon, Madam Presiding Officer. Para po maka-prepare siguro. Makadawat man og 15 man pay basin makuhaan po ninyo. Kapalit mo inyong laptop. Kay naman po budget I think sa office. Para maka-prepare po on ang ato ang secretariat maka-prepare po. Oh no. I think we could start it on January next year, 2023.
Okay.
Para na po time to prepare also, Madam Presiding
And our
Officer.
budget also by January.
Yes po.
Okay. So,
Salamat sa iPad, Vice. Daan.
Hoy, asa man nakwaon? Ha? Sige. Pila ka bugid yung gusto? Okay. Ato na istoryahan na, kaya di ko kibalumay na na. Sige. Sige. Thank you. Okay, nagsabot na. Sabot na, ha? Latest ko, no? Huwag yung bawa na ng latest dyan. Councilor Suset. Kung dili na yung mag-paperless, wala yung laptop sa man lugar. Di ba? Pero musugot man po siya yung laptop. Yes, Councilor Romy Caliso.
Thank you very much again, Madam Chair. I have been once in command of the AFP Command Center. So that was
Forces.
2009. No? And on our tables, the laptops are already there and placed. Para dili bitaw dala-dalaon sa balay niya gamiton sa uban bitawang dulag ML o kwan. Mas mayo na gyud na dire.
Di aray
Kaya yeah. At the command center, that's what they do. That was 2010. Yeah. Naka-install daan di ba? Para di na bitaw dala-dalaon. Yeah, magamit pa sa uban nga mga purposes. So
okay.
it is for official use only. Madam Chair.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
there's another There's another what you call option. Option is to after the session, it will be safe keep. Yeah, sa office of the secretary. Yes, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
The agenda is being delivered to us 3 days before. The agenda are being delivered to us 3 days before. The purpose is for us to study.
Yeah.
But if we leave the laptops here, not mabasa.
Lusot pa.
So I think, di ba? Dahil gano'n sa
So
balay.
this,
Para mabasa-basa na to.
lusot sad. Comment.
Mas gwapo to kung kwan.
Bebe, sa pa man.
Ikaw gina. Turbina.
Okay na. Any more comment? Wala na? Okay. So, January. iPad. Next year, iPad. So, I would like to ask Councilor Abaday, nausabay yung una-una?
Actually, Madam Chair and my colleagues, I've been going over the email that has been sent to us by the Secretariat. But considering that we are also provided with a hard copy, then I utilize the hard copy.
So, double mo.
I have to review the two email. I have my own laptop issued by our city council. So I'm happy. We're happy if you will provide us another one. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mandiretso. Ay, personal. Di na pwede. Oh, yes, Councilor Aga, Suwan. Merry Christmas naman gani.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I believe now we have different learning styles. Ako personally, I learn with a pen and paper on hand. So, as much as I agree with Councilor Seno, I am not against, I agree ko na, but make it a choice for a councilor if he wants the hard copy, because I personally want the hard copy, much like reading a book. Although I read a lot of books, ganahan kog e-book, ganahan po ko physical book because I can more ma-feel na ako ang words if I turn the paper.
Correct.
So, much like reading a book, it's like also having this agenda physically on my hand. So make it a choice, Madam Chair.
Correct,
Atong
correct.
gusto og hard copy, hard
Alam mo
copy.
po ko, and same way with you. I like
Okay.
this hard copy.
Oh, so, that again, Madam Chair, just to support our different learning styles. So, thank you.
Okay. So we can still produce for those who wanted the hard copy, okay? So, manang debate. Anyway, the next councilor is Councilor Lourdes Gaani, you recognize?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maying hapon ka natong tanan. This is for information only. A few weeks ago, the 20th City Council passed a resolution changing the name of the Health and Health Insurance Committee to include the word nutrition. This was in deference to the City Nutrition Committee's request. When asked why, Ms. Nanette Rabe, the Winsome City Nutrition Action Officer, replied that it was the suggestion of officers from the National Nutrition Council. The idea was that the City Nutrition Committee would have better chances of winning regional or national nutrition awards by doing so. It appears, my dear Cagayanons, that the change really worked wonders for our City Nutrition Committee. Today, I am pleased to announce that the City Nutrition Committee won 3 major regional nutrition awards last Friday from the National Nutrition Council. First is the Regional Nutri-Webby Award. This is given to local nutrition committee's website with highest likes, highest unique posts, highest number of articles submitted, and highest number of post engagements. The Nutri-Webby Award thus recognizes local nutrition committees in Region 10 with highly visible and exemplary initiatives in promoting good nutrition for positive behavior change through posting of relevant contents in the social media. Second is the Circle of Excellence Award Hall of Fame. This award is given to LGUs with decreasing trend on prevalence of stunting from 2020 to 2022. The World Health Organization defines stunting as the impaired growth and development children experience from poor nutrition, repeated infection, and inadequate psychosocial stimulation. The National Nutrition Council says that 1 in every 3 Filipino preschool children is stunted. The global ratio is 1 out of every 5. And while many will say that Filipinos are short genetically, it can be prevented. Our City Nutrition Council is thus exerting best efforts to produce taller children for the next generation so that we may yet be a basketball superpower in Asia. The third is the special citation, second year consistent regional outstanding winner in nutrition, or the Crown Award. This award is given in recognition of the city's effective and efficient implementation of nutrition programs, especially among children. It also commends the city for maintaining an outstanding and consistent implementation of its nutrition action plan. Cagayan de Oro City is the sole recipient from Northern Mindanao. It also entitles the City Nutrition Committee to compete for the Nutrition Honor Award, the highest National Nutrition Council Award given to LGUs with outstanding performance. As chair of the Health Committee for 3 successive city councils, I can attest to the efforts exerted by our CNC to live up to its mandate. The City Nutrition Committee, under the leadership of Mayor Orlando Clarex Uy, is committed to sustaining effective and efficient nutrition program management through active collaboration among stakeholders. This will hopefully lead to nutritionally productive and healthy Cagayanons. The City Nutrition Committee also recognizes integrating comprehensive nutrition education to manage overweight and obesity, promote a healthy lifestyle, and prevent chronic communicable diseases to the wider public. It has employed several strategies for an aggressive healthy lifestyle and nutrition promotion. This includes posting of holding 10 Kumain Men's and Pinggang Pinoy forums among parents and caregivers of preschool and school-age children and adolescents. It is also conducting healthy lifestyle lecture among elementary and high school students, BNS, non-government organizations and government agencies, and workplaces among persons with deprived of liberty, senior citizens, and patients with diabetes. I therefore strongly recommend, on behalf of the tireless men and women of the City Nutrition Council, under the able stewardship of Ms. Nanette Rabe, that this august body pass a resolution commending the CNC for a job well done. It might not be much, considering the time and effort our nutrition team has expanded through the years, but it would go a long way towards giving recognition where it is long overdue. You also have to thank our City Health Office, led by Dr. Rachel Delia, for its support in promoting the nutrition and health well-being of our citizens. Without its guidance and support, the CNC would not have succeeded in its mandate. This again proved that teamwork and coordination would produce results in government. Let me end by recalling this year's Nutrition Month slogan, New Normal na Nutrition, sama-samang gawa ng solusyon. It is important to focus on this battle cry for a strengthened nutrition intervention as the country shifts towards coexisting with the COVID-19 virus. Indeed, the pandemic paralyzed the world and change our perception of daily living, thereby disrupting nutrition programs and projects. The slogan challenges decision makers to ensure that nutrition is part of the development agenda in the near future. It therefore highlights the key role of nutrition in building resilience from pandemic to endemic paradigm. We in the 20th City Council can do no less but rise to this challenge. As the truism goes, a healthy country is a progressive country. Salamat at may hapon.
Thank you very much, Councilor Lourdes Gaani. Congratulations, no? to the city. Congratulations to you, and of course to the City Nutrition Committee and City Health, right? So a resolution congratulating Mr. Secretary. Okay, Councilor Ayan Marknakaya, please.
At the proper time. Resolutions. We now proceed to the agenda proper, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay.
First and second items for omnibus motion. One is proposed resolution number 2022-174, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 5, the city, its ordinance number 2022-11-2, series of 2022, and 2, proposed resolution number 2022-175, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 16, the city, its ordinance number 2-2022, covering its their respective supplemental budget number 1 for calendar year 2022 with estimated incomes with information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety. May we ask the chair,
Councilor
Councilor Roger Abad.
okay. I thought Councilor Michael Seno. Okay, Councilor Roger Abada, you recognize?
Thank you very much, Majority Floor. Considering that the agenda number 2, resolutions number 2022-174, and proposed resolution number 2022-175 is in order, I move for the approval.
And a second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 3 is proposed resolution number 2022-176, accrediting the Northern Mindanao Holistic Therapeutic Blind Masseurs Service Cooperative for purposes of its membership in the local special bodies pursuant to the ILG Memorandum Circular number 2022-083 and Article 64, Rule 13 of the Rules and Regulations implementing the 1991 Local Government Code or funding its project from the city or other sources as required under the COA circular pertinent thereto. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 4 is proposed resolution number 2022-177, accrediting the Borgus Macahambus Livelihood Association, Inc. for purposes of its membership in the local special bodies pursuant to the ILG Memorandum Circular number 2022-083 and Article 64, Rule 13 of the Rules and Regulations and implementing the 1991 Local Government Code or funding its project from the city or other sources as required under the COA circular pertinent thereto. Again, for the approval of this said resolution, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second. Any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 5 is proposed resolution number 2022-178, endorsing and or interposing no objection to the operation of the Grab services, a transport network vehicle service in the city of Cagayan de Oro as applied for by Mr. Kurt Sindana, Public Affairs Manager, Mindanao, Grab Philippines, subject to existing laws, rules, and regulations pertinent thereto. May I ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Councilor Romeo Calizo, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Having complied with all the requirements, I move for the approval of the said resolution.
And second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
We have for inclusion as items 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we have from Councilor Joey Abo, 15, and 16, 17, the suspension of the session, as requested by Councilor James Judith. Okay. 18A, B, and the 19 is the suspension. Okay. Move for there. There is also one. No, it's already included. Up to 19. Up to 19, Madam Presiding Officer, for their inclusion.
Any second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Muni ang kulang para sa bonus. Search. Muni ang number 6. Proposed Ordinance number 2022-77 approving the supplemental budget number 4 of the General Fund and the Special Account Local Economic Enterprises Utilities for both calendar year 2022 with estimated incomes of 98,979,129 pesos and 8,470,000 pesos respectively against estimated expenditures of the said amounts. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Yan Lamlim.
Councilor Yan Lamlim, you are recognized. Second? Oh, that's it. Wala pa. Isa bigay ko second.
Madam Chair,
Councilor
everything is in order. I move to
Gabasa ko
approve
diri.
purpose
Sabi ko,
resolution
kaulay
number
ko.
2022-77.
Any
Second.
second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
7 is proposed resolution number 2022-179 designating this representation City Councilor of Cagayan de Oro, Philippines as Ambassador of Goodwill to Canada on the occasion of his travel thereto to attend the
Yaya.
7th Summit for Subnational Governments and Cities and
Ban.
so on and so forth. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Romeo Calizo.
Councilor Romeo Calizo. Haya. Uban me.
Thank you very much, Madam
Magnet,
Chair.
Ano itong gidala gali? Parisa na to.
Councilor Romeo
By
Calizo,
the
proceed.
power vested in me as the Assistant Majority Floor Leader, I move for the approval of the said resolution, Madam.
Any second?
Subject to pasalubong.
Objection.
Patay, bugata itong baga ni.
Subject for
Pasalubong.
pasalubong.
Murag gisugdan ni Councilor Cabanlas.
Unsa man ninyo, magnet?
Pangnusnos mo na.
Anyway, asan ako? Objection. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer and our colleagues.
Ayaw.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Any objection?
As motion again by Councilor Calizo.
Any objection?
Mr. Secretary, kindly put on record.
Objection again. Subject to styling.
Doon sa mag-reroute, US, styling.
Anyway, I hear none. Motion is hereby carried. Ay, nila, uy. Ikaw man sunod.
Bugat kayo ng chocolate. Bugat. Anyway, thank you again. Number 8 is proposed resolution number 2022-180, designating Honorable Erlkin Cadiz Lim, punong barangay number 9, Cagayan de Oro City, Philippines as Ambassador of Goodwill to Rome, Italy. Kani
Yan
iya.
ako manipropone.
Rome, Italy. Good. On the occasion of his
Yahaya
travel
nila
thereto
ba?
on December 3 to 14, 2022 as guest speaker for the leadership training and seminar for the International Migrant School in support of the children of the overseas Filipino workers in Italy and authorizing him on official time to observe modern trends of local government programs and projects thereat, and highly appreciating whatever assistance and courtesy extended to him with respect to and in furtherance of his trip or mission under this resolution. Proponent, Councilor, City Vice Mayor,
Yahaya na sad bo?
Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second? Objection? Pangita mo, manglarga mo ka.
Napay next week.
Napay next week.
Napay next week.
And
Napay usa, napay usa.
napay mo. Larga na mo.
Dua.
Aduha?
Ay, dua. Yan Lamlim and Susan.
Uyo-hoyo ninyo ba?
United
Consider-
Nation nimo.
United. Anyway, any objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 9 is proposed resolution number 2022-181, electing this representation Councilor Malvern A. Sparsha as additional members of the Committee on Cooperatives, amending for the purpose resolution number 14200-2022, or otherwise known as the 20th City Council Committee composition. May I ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Aimee Rose P. Moreno.
Councilor Aimee Moreno, you recognize?
Thank you, Majority and Vice Mayor. Mayong hapon sa tanan. Everything is in order and I move to approve resolution number 2022-181.
Any second objection? Inquiry? Okay, the Councilor Attorney James Judith.
Madam Chair, gusto lang ako malamdagan kay nabutang mo din electing Councilor Ian Mark Nakaya. But lang ko malamdagan ani, di ba dili na kinala elect si Councilor Nakaya kay majority floor leader? Ex officio man ka sa tanan nga
Yeah, tanan.
standing committees.
Yes.
So mo na kong giklar.
The committee would like me to render the service as a regular member.
Not in your
As
ex.
an
Okay.
Pwede
So,
din na
to-
siya.
Even the Vice Mayor, she can be
Not
elected
as ex
diba?
officio?
to the committee chairmanship, vice, and membership.
So pwede siya ma-member.
So I could
You too
also
can
be
also
elevated as a regular member
Member.
Ang
rather than
problema
as
nimo
ex
kay
officio
kumpleto
member.
na ang mga committee 7.
Ako nagiklaro lang ako sa kalandagan sa tanan. So pwede, dahil tingala kung ano i-elect pa mong nga, naa naman good si Councilor Nakaya
So
as,
it is ano,
as my counterpart, di ba, majority floor leader, ako,
So you can
minority
still-
floor leader as member sa, ex officio sa tanan standing committees. So that's
okay.
why, gubot na ako malamdagan. Mao di ay kay para as regular member.
okay. Regular member, so
The Vice
can
Mayor
vote.
can also be elected.
Can vote, right?
Di, naaday kalainan majority floor leader sa ex officio o sa regular member.
Spelling.
Sa,
Second is
sa title.
the title
Voting.
is
Voting
ex
right.
officio is by virtue of the position. In other words, he can practice or he maybe cannot, but without necessarily attached with the obligation of a member, of a
But
regular
the voting
member.
right is still the same with the ex officio and the regular member.
Actually, we did not provide in the rules
The
our
voting.
right to vote
Okay.
as ex officio member.
Okay.
So just
Right, Mr.
participate.
Secretary? We did not provide.
Considering it's
supply
silent,
the-
so
the
it's still the
council.
same. There's
Yes,
no
but-
distinction with the ex officio and the regular member.
That's the distinction, the right to vote.
So,
when-
the ex officio cannot vote?
Under
For
the rules, I could not recall that we have provided.
Wala.
We have not.
So with your name there in the committee,
You
you
can
can vote
Yes,
because you were recognized
Yes.
as member.
yes.
In the
okay.
counting of votes,
Yes.
you are
Yes.
part of the... Okay.
So there's a difference now.
Okay.
Okay.
Salamat.
Thank you very much. And
But may we ask our secretary to verify? That's my recollection.
Okay.
As wala ba? Okay. Correct.
Where
But
are
that
we?
is not an objection.
Inquiry.
Okay, thank you. The answer to that is, you asked Councilor Moreno. Anyway,
Anyways,
let's proceed, Madam Presiding
okay.
Officer.
Proceed.
For the
Actually, I'm
consideration-
also enlightened because you know what? I do not know. With ex officio, you cannot vote. But then now I know that if you are assigned to a committee or you will be a member of the committee, then you can vote.
Yes,
Am I right?
yes.
Okay, so that's the difference now, Attorney James Judith.
The unwritten tradition, Madam Presiding Officer, or culture of this council is that any member can participate in the
Yeah.
discussion. In other words, even if you are not a member appointed or designated as regular, ex officio, you can participate because this
But
is
you cannot
public.
vote.
But you cannot vote
Yes.
when it comes to voting.
Voting. So that's the difference now with the ex officio, and you are not a member, You cannot vote, but if you are a member, you can vote. So that is what I understand.
Further to that, Madam Presiding Officer, we have already advised our city secretary, if you are not a member of the committee and you have participated and you would like to be included as one of the
Member.
movements of the proposed measure, you just sign below the names of all the members. I guess the secretary has taken cognizance of that proposal already.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Let's proceed.
For the consideration for the approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Okay. Second, any objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 10 is proposed ordinance number 2022-78, amending section 2D of ordinance number 14385, that's 2022, otherwise known as the Tax Relief Ordinance of 2022, so as to grant condonation of all arrears, surcharges, interest, and penalties of delinquent stall rentals in all public markets and terminals for the year 2021 and prior years, provided that the stall rentals for the year 2022 shall be paid in full within 6 months from the effectivity of this ordinance and for other purposes. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried. Let me clarify, Councilor Ian Mark. So 6 months from the effective date today?
Yes. No, from the signing
sa
of the ordinance.
So, 6 months lang effectivity. Other than that,
If you cannot apply and if you cannot comply with the obligation to pay the 2022 rental and all, Madam Presiding Officer, you're not qualified to be benefited of this ordinance on the condemnation.
Yeah, okay. Sige,
So
thank you.
we have given them time 6 months.
Okay,
Taas na sad.
okay.
Num-
Proceed, please.
For the approval, second final reading, humana ba? Move
Second,
for the second final approval.
any objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
11 is proposed resolution number 2022-182, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 22, the city. It's ordinance number 2-S-2022, series of 2022, covering its supplemental budget number 1 for calendar year 2022 with an estimated income of 981,925 pesos, with information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. May I ask the Chair to recognize Councilor John Michael Seno.
Councilor John Michael Seno, you are recognized. Ay, sorry.
I so move resolution number 2022-182, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second,
Second.
any objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 12 is proposed resolution number 2022-183, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 40, the city. It's ordinance number 1-2022, series of 2022, covering its annual budget for calendar year 2023 with an estimated income of 3,235,481 pesos, with the information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. May I ask the Chair to recognize the birthday boy, Councilor Yan Lam Lim.
Birthday boy, Councilor Ian Lamlim.
I so move purpose resolution number 2022-183.
Second, any objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 13 is proposed ordinance number 2022-79, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Smart Communications, Inc. and the City Scholars of Cagayan de Oro, covering the sponsorship of 345 pieces of Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fi donation to the City Scholars under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Suzette Magtaas.
Councilor Suzette Daba, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, I move to approve proposed ordinance number 2022-79.
Any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second, Objection.
Para ni-
I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 14 is proposed resolution number 2022-184, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 40, the city, its ordinance number 2, series of 2022, of covering its supplemental budget number 1 for calendar year 2022 with an estimated income of 968,352 pesos, with information that said ordinance is operative in its entirety. Again, for the recognition of Councilor Yan Lambli.
Councilor Yan Lamlim, you recognize.
Madam Chair, I so move purpose resolution number 2022-184.
Second. Objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 15 is proposed resolution number 2022-185, expressing the 20th City Council's deepest sorrow for the untimely demise of Attorney Manuel Maning R. Ravanera and conveying most profound sympathy and condolences to the bereaved family. Proponents, all members. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Second. Any objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection. I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 16 is proposed resolution number 2022-186, the earnestly requesting Honorable Congressman Lordan G. Swan, 1st District, and Honorable Congressman Rufus B. Rodriguez, 2nd District, both the city, to file a bill in Congress for the further amendment of Presidential Decree number 968, otherwise known as the Provision Law of 1976, as amended by Republic Act number 10707, particularly Section 9C thereof, as to increase the penalty of offenders who are disqualified to avail of the benefits of the said decree from a fine of more than 1,000 pesos to a fine of more than 5,000 pesos. For the recognition of Councilor Jose Pepe S. Abu Jr., Madam Presiding Officer.
Councilor Attorney Joey Abu, you recognize.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2022-186.
Any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried.
Number 17 is proposed resolution number 2022-187, urging the 80 barangay councils and the Sangguniang Kabataan of Cagayan de Oro City to go paperless or electric form, galihok man, in the conduct of their sessions and committee hearings subject to styling. Again, for the recognition of Councilor John Michael Seno.
Councilor John Michael Seno, you recognize.
Madam Presiding Officer, I so move the proposed resolution number 2022-187, subject to styling.
Any second? Objection? I hear none, motion is hereby. Objection? Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday.
I thought the special reporter is reporting about for the Sangguniang Panglungsod to be paperless. Now is 80 barangay. Is it included in his special report, Madam Chair? This is a proper clarificatory.
Answer, please. Okay, Councilor John Michael Seno.
Murag wa galing nakapaminaw siguro at eh nag-scroll pa siguro si ang kuan babasahon. But I think I have said it. There are two prayers. One is to practice here to be an example to those 80 barangays that we go paperless.
But the tenor is not
personal ko na nila. Let's not consider the discussion actually. Ganina pa na buntag sila.
Di ba?
On another topic, which cannot be revealed publicly.
Okay. Sige lang, padayon lang sila gyapon.
Anyway, jokingly aside, Madam Presiding Officer,
Okay.
the pending motion is for the approval.
Okay, and the second? Any objection? I hear none, motion is hereby carried. Excuse me, how about this committee on the referring to the laws and rules with the Councilor Attorney Joy Abu?
Yes.
Is that included?
That was already taken by the Secretary.
Primero? Ako di kita? Okay, sige, sige. Okay. Okay, proceed.
18A and B. A is proposed resolution number 2022-188, commending and congratulating the City Nutrition Committee led by Ms. Ninette Rabi for winning 3 major regional nutrition awards from the National Nutrition Council, subject to styling. B, proposed resolution number 2022-189, expressing gratitude and commendation to the City Health Department led by Dr. Rachel D. Dilia, City Health Officer, for its unequivocal support in promoting the nutrition and health well-being of the residents of Cagayan de Oro, subject to styling. May we ask the Chair to recognize Councilor Maria Lourdes.
Councilor Lourdes Gaani, you recognize?
Madam Chair, I move for the approval of proposed resolution number 2022-188, subject
Second.
to styling.
Any second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Oh, apila.
188 and 189.
Second.
Second? Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Number 19 is proposed resolution number 2022-190, suspending the regular sessions for December after December 5th and the indifference to the observance of the Yuletide season and New Year. The styling should be according to what I have articulated. Proponents, all members. Move for its approval, Madam Presiding Officer.
Any second? Objection! Objection! Wala gida, klaro ha? Klaro, okay. I hear none. Motion is hereby carried. Merry Christmas na ha?
But the subject to styling is
Yeah.
we can convene
Yes.
on a special session.
Special session. Kung na emergency, no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So the public is notified that although there is a suspension, resolution
Still.
but still we are open for holding special sessions.
Okay.
Okay. And move to approve second final reading.
Second. Objection? I hear none. Motion is hereby carried.
Mora na, first.
Wala na?
Baga lugar next week.
Next week, morag padung ta na alas 11 gabi eh. Baga magyud kayo.
Anyway, move to adjourn, Madam Presiding Officer.
Anyway, thank you very much. Session adjourned. Happy trip na ha.